All right, here up at No Reserve, we have this incredible 96 Ford F-250, a crew cab short bed. They only did this for 2 years, and it's a 96 and 97 only. This is an all original paint, Northwest Washington truck, clean title, clean accident history. It's the dark tourmaline metallic, which is like a fancy name for dark metallic green, and the Oxford white lower, the lower two-tone. It's obviously got a suspension lift. It's only got 141,000 original miles. It's 460 V8 automatic. Just a killer looking truck. It's got 20-inch KMC XD wheels. It's got Toyo MTs, Bushwhacker fender flares that have been painted to match. And the paint, the original paint, is just incredible condition. I mean, this truck, throughout underneath how clean it is, obviously was just lifted for aesthetics. I mean, oddly enough, with the lift kit and all that stuff, it's got Flowmaster exhaust. I mean, interior is really clean, bone stock all the way down to the stereo. But you can see this original paint, how clear and crisp it is when I hold up this original, one of the original owner's manual. You can see how clear the writing is once the camera focuses in. And you know, I'm a few feet away, but you can see no orange peel. You can see the depth of me, the bushes behind me. Just phenomenal condition. You know, it does have large tires that stick out, so you know it's gonna have obviously some little chips and stuff like that, but it has a lot less than you'd expect. It's really not very many. It's actually less than a factory truck I'd expect. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out at the front here. You know, you got your little stone chips along here on the front valance. Headlights a little faded on the passenger side, but the corner lights is nice and clear. No condensation in any lights. Turn signals are got nice color to them. Driver's side lights a little faded too, but again, good color on the turn signals and stuff. Chrome's got nice depth. A little bit of stone chips, you know, from throughout the years. A little bit of aging in the chrome there. Little scuffs here in the paint from something. Black rubber's in nice condition. It's not pulling away from the body. The chrome on the bumper's in nice shape. It's not tweaked up at the corners. No dents, no rust. A little bit wear. I think it had one of those bowl style center worn you know, brush guards on it at some point, because it looks like maybe it was mounted here and here, but you know, who knows. No holes in the bumper or nothing. Again, center cove's got some, you know, typical fading. It's pretty common. Take you around, there is some stone chips. There's some age checkering in the paint. You will see, I mean, you can't really see it because the truck's so high, but I want to get in there and show you, you know, a couple chips, but you'll see these little, couple of these little diamond areas from just kind of in this area, just from some of the age. Paint on the fender flares is basically perfect. And the fender flares are really protected. It doesn't have mud flaps or nothing, but you know, it has some stone chips on here, but not very much. You know, it's got a little wear here. You know, you kind of go down here, you got some stone chips. The paint on the bottom's nice and smooth and shiny. You can see the paint between the cab and the body's in nice shape. No, just some chips here. Looks like the fender flares probably have been repainted at some point, because it looks like there might have been some chips here that got painted over. You know, they probably took a little bit of wear. They probably took the brunt of it, any rock chips, so it's cool to see they repainted them to freshen it up, and it really protected the body. Mirrors are in nice condition. The rubber's around the wing windows. I mean, the great thing about this truck being up so high, it really gets none of the road debris from other vehicles. You know, door sweeps are in nice condition. No cracks or fading. I mean, this truck's obviously been garaged and well cared for. I mean, nothing to complain about on the passenger door besides those lower white chips. Very little entry chipping here. No scratches around here. I mean, really nice. I mean, a truck that's, you know, lifted and this size usually has a lot more wear and tear. I mean, this truck, I mean, it looks, the body, I mean, somebody could tell me by the body interior and the way this truck looks overall that it's got 70,000 original miles, and I believe it, because we've had trucks with those kinds of miles that, you know, aren't as nice as this. Little ding right there, little ding right there. Very, very difficult to see. Bed size, you know, a cool thing about this truck is it hasn't been worked and used. It's been kind of a showpiece and a baby for somebody. You don't have side loading scratches. It's got nice diamond plate rails that still are nice and bright. Rear tail lights got a little bit of fading. No cracks or condensation. A little bit of scuffing in the white paint there. Little ding in the rear gas door. You know, obviously a chip there, a little chip there. A little chip in the paint with a little bit spidering around it. You got a little, you know, chip up there. chip in the front gas door. But you can see how clean and dry this is underneath here. I mean, never been sprayed with paint. The underside is just really clean and dry. I mean, you know, you could tell it hasn't been pressure washed or steam cleaned or anything. You know, just, it's nice with a truck this size, you can really get down here. And you can see this and everything's never been taken through the mud and abused. And once you get that mud film all over, it's just never, you can never get rid of it. So we'll go to the back. Here's a little ding right here. Typical little top tailgate wear. Little chips, stuff like that. Little ding, chip, scratch. The rear panel's in nice condition. Little kind of stress cracks in the plastic, but you know, kind of your typical stuff. A little chip around there. Little scuffs. Little chip there. Little chip in the paint. Rear bumper's in nice shape. Good chrome. Pad's a little bit faded and got a little bit of scuffing. Surface scratch right there, that's real thin. Little surface scratch here. There's a little, maybe looks like something maybe rubbed against the paint here. Again, you got your little chips along here. Really minimal. You can see how clean that just factory overspray. You know, probably about 50% tread life left. Killer looking 20-inch XDs on there. You got really nice chrome on them. Little scuff in the paint there, and it kind of looks like a little ding. Chip in the paint. I got pictures of the roof too, obviously. I'm not gonna hop up there doing this video. I'll probably slip out and be taking injury one-handed, but it's just got drop-in plastic bed liner. Nice and clean. Tailgate opens nice and smooth. It's nice and straight. Again, window sweeps. I mean, the fact that the window sweeps aren't cracked just kind of shows the truck's been, you know, garaged and well cared for. Those things, for whatever reason, they crack real easy, but they're cheap to replace. But these ones are nice. Chipped right there. Again, kind of your typical chips. A little chip in the green there, but again, no scratches or chips around here. This is where you usually get all your wear and tear. You know, there's really not very much. Pretty impressive. Cowl's not dented down. Entire body, no clear coat or paint lifting issues. All right, I'll take you on the inside. It's got the gray interior, which I love seeing. It's my favorite color. I think they call it gray opal, but you can see the ashtray never smoked in. No odors, no pets. Hopefully you see it, that's never been used. This shuts nice. A lot of times, you know, smoker trucks, these things get abused and they're just flopping out. No cracks in the dash. Dash is basically perfect, and it's also got the black XLT trim. Standard in '97, but it was an option on other years. You know, still got the cover for the cup holders. Got all the original books, including the one that I showed you before. That's in my pocket here. Still got the original jacket. Passenger seats just got a little bit of undoing in the material right there, but that's it. Plastics are in nice shape. A little darkening in the, you know, in the carpet from getting in and out, but it's got, you know, it's always had floor mats in it, so the other area of the carpet's in phenomenal condition. Passenger side front door panels, perfect. I mean, you can see how clean these hinges are. No door hinge issues on any of these. They all shut perfect. I mean, these, when you have door hinge issues, these are blown out. So nobody's been pulling themselves up. You know, nice gaps front and back, both passenger and driver side. So you could tell the truck's been cared for. It did have like your, you know, Bully makes them hoop style steps, you could tell. So they're mounted front and rear, so each rocker has those holes. So the cool thing is, if you want some steps, which I recommend, you don't got to drill any holes, you just put them right in where they were. But there's a couple, you know, Weston makes a set, stuff like that. You know, passenger rear door opens really nice. You know, you look at this. This is what's nice. You know, you can also tell the low mile trucks and the condition of it by these anodized door, just little stuff like the hinges, how clean that is, and it's still got some shine to it. No door panels are pulled away. Again, little holes. Rear of the seats are really nice. You know, just a little bit of darkening here, but nothing major. The rear seat does have this center pull down armrest. Little pulling of material here. But how Ford does this is like a secondary material that goes over the top. So it's not an actual hole in the seat. It's just the material is pulled out a little bit. But you can see the bulkhead is indented in. I'm gonna take you around to the driver's side. Well, there's a little crack here. Forgot to mention that. So again, just really nice condition. A little bit of scuffing there from something, but you can see door panels have never been off and messed with. And you can see how nice that hinge area is. You know, just a very slight darkening here. And that stuff can be, you know, if you really want to get some shampoo out and get crazy with it and get perfect, you could get that stuff taken care of. But driver's side, you know, it's not flattened, no holes. Sometimes people get their feet caught here and pull these off, but none of that issue, just a little scuffing there. Same kind of pulling of material. You know, I have two F-250s as personal trucks. One's got 318,000 miles and it doesn't have any of these issues. And then I have a crew cab short bed myself, 460 truck, that's just like this one. And you'll see it in the pictures. It's got, you know, 110,000 original miles, and it's got the same thing. So you kind of just never really know. You know, again, perfect dash. Steering column is nice and tight. There isn't any issues, you know, no bearing issues. It does have a cover on it because the leather is a little worn. Looks like maybe there was like a chemical or something that dripped right there. Maybe they were cleaning it and got something on there, but so that might just come off. Nice door hinges, you know, no worn out pins. All of them look like this, you know, no worn out pins, which is great to see. A little crack right here, but no, again, no biggie. You can see how the door shuts, it's just perfect. You see those body lines, they're just right on. So, yeah, I think so. So, we'll do, pop the hood here. You can see just how clean it is. You can see, you know, the bolts have been messed with, all factory paint. Cold AC. You see none of these bolts have been messed with. You see the underside of the hood is nice and clean. No paint or mud sprayed up on there. So all right, this is going to no reserve, 141,000 mile crew cab shorty that just draws compliments all over the place. Of course the hood's popped up a little bit, but I'll go ahead and get that closed. No hood issues, no issues with this truck. It's just a killer looking truck that is going to be going on no reserve, so good luck.